You know that drawer in your kitchen? The one with the unused fitness tracker, the dusty resistance bands, the meal plan you printed 3 years ago, maybe even a gym membership card you're still paying for but haven't used since February. That drawer isn't a junk drawer. It's a museum of good intentions, a graveyard of every time you try to get healthy and life said, "Not today." And every time you open it, it whispers the same quiet lie. Maybe you're just not capable of changing anymore. But what if I told you that drawer isn't proof you can't change? It's proof you've been handed plans that were never designed for someone living your actual life. Let me show you something different. Here's what nobody tells you about getting healthy after 50. The problem isn't you. It's never been you. The problem is that most health advice is written by 30-year-olds who've never woken up with your knees, who've never juggled your medications, who've never tried to eat clean, while your spouse wants meatloaf and your grandkids only eat pasta shaped like dinosaurs. They hand you a plan that requires perfect conditions, unlimited time, endless energy, a body that cooperates. And when you can't keep up, because of course you can't, they call it a motivation problem. But I've studied what actually works for real people with real lives. And here's the pattern. The ones who succeed don't have superhuman discipline. They just stop trying to do everything at once. They built small, went slow, and gave their brain time to stop resisting and start recognizing the new behavior as normal. That's what this 21-day blueprint does. Not by demanding more from you, but by asking for less. The right less, in the right order, at the right pace. And if you've got a drawer full of abandoned plans, good. That means you're ready to try something that actually respects the life you're living. Here's where we're going. First, I'm going to show you why every plan you've tried was rigged against you from day one, and why 21 days is the unlock. Then I'll walk you through all 3 weeks, piece by piece. What to do, when to do it, why it matters. Week 1 is foundation. Week 2 is momentum. Week 3 is permanence. And finally, what happens after day 21? Because this isn't a 21-day challenge. It's the beginning of something that lasts. No motivational speeches. No rah-rah nonsense. Just the blueprint. Let's build. Why every plan you've tried was built to break. You let me paint you a picture. It's January 2nd. You've decided this is the year. You make the list. New workout routine every day. Meal prep on Sundays. Cut out sugar. Drink more water. Sleep 8 hours. No excuses. Day 1. You crush it. You feel unstoppable. Day 2. A little harder, but you push through. Day 3. Your back hurts from the new exercises. You forgot to buy the meal prep containers. Your neighbor brings over cookies. You're exhausted. Day 4. You sleep through the alarm. Tell yourself you'll restart Monday. Monday never comes. Sound familiar? Here's what actually happened. You didn't fail. The plan failed you. Because here's what research on behavior change shows. Your brain has a limited supply of willpower every single day. It's like a battery. And when you try to change 6 things at once, you drain that battery by 9 a.m. So when life inevitably throws you something unexpected, a bad night's sleep, a stressful phone call, a flat tire, you've got nothing left. No reserves, no buffer, and the whole thing collapses. Not because you're weak, but because you were trying to build a skyscraper without a foundation. Now here's the approach that actually works. You build 1 floor. Let the concrete dry. Build the next floor. Let that dry. Slowly, carefully, 1 piece at a time. And 21 days? That's just long enough for your brain to stop screaming, "This is new and scary," and start whispering, "Oh, I guess we do this now." It's not automation yet. Not effortless. But it's familiar. Manageable. Something you can see yourself doing next week. And the week after that. That's the difference between change that dies in February and change that's still alive in December. Here's the truth. Fast change breaks. Slow change builds. Your past failures weren't about willpower. They were about impossible plans that drained your energy before life even started testing you. And here's the part that flips everything. The 3 stupidly simple habits that do the heavy lifting. Forget everything you think healthy living requires. Week 1 is so simple it's almost offensive. 3 tiny habits. No meals to prep. No workouts to track. No apps to download. Just 3 things. Thing 1, 1 glass of water. First thing, every morning. Not after you scroll Instagram. Not after coffee. Not eventually. The second your feet hit the floor, you drink water. Why? Because research shows that mild dehydration, the kind you don't even feel, makes you tired, foggy, irritable, and hungry when you're really just thirsty. One glass of water resets that. Fast. But here's the deeper reason. It's your first win of the day. Before you've brushed your teeth or checked the news, you've already done something healthy. That's not nothing. That's momentum. Thing 2. Wake up at the same time. Every single day. Yes, even Saturday. Yes, even when you slept terrible. Yes, even when there's nothing to wake up for. I know, I can hear you groaning. But stay with me. Studies on sleep science show that a consistent wake time, more than bedtime, more than sleep duration, regulates your body's internal clock. And when that clock is steady, sleep improves, energy improves, mood improves. Everything downstream gets easier. Pick a time. Set the alarm. Drag yourself up if you have to. Do it for 7 days. Your body will thank you by week 2. Thing 3. Move. For 5 minutes. On purpose. Not exercise. Not a workout. Just intentional movement. Walk to the mailbox and back. Stretch on your living room floor. March in place while the coffee brews. 5 minutes. Here's why. You're not trying to get fit. Not yet. You're training your brain to expect movement every single day. No matter what. No exceptions. And 5 minutes is genius because it's too short to dread. You can't talk yourself out of 5 minutes. It's over before the excuses even start. That's it. That's week 1. Drink water. Wake up consistently. Move for 5 minutes. And I already know what you're thinking. That's it? That's not enough to make a difference. Wrong. That's exactly enough to build the foundation. Everything else, the better meals, the longer workouts, the lasting change, all of it is built on this. Do these 3 things for 7 days. Don't add more. Don't go harder. Just show up. By day 7, your brain will stop resisting, and you'll be ready. Week 1 is 3 micro habits, so small you can't fail. Water, wake time, 5-minute movement. The foundation everything else is built on. Now here's where people usually sabotage themselves. Look, if you've made it this far, something here is landing for you. Do yourself a favor, save this video. Because on day 8, when your brain starts whispering, maybe add more things, you're going to need to come back and hear me say, not yet. Stick to the plan. Week 2, where most people explode. And how you won't week 2 is where the graveyard gets most of its bodies. People finish week 1 feeling good, proud even, and their brain says, we've got momentum. Let's add everything. New diet, gym membership, cut out bread. Let's go. And by day 10, they're exhausted, overwhelmed, and back on the couch. You're smarter than that. You're keeping everything from week 1. Water, wake time, 5-minute movement. Those are locked, non-negotiable. And you're adding exactly 2 things. Not 5, not 10, 2. Addition 1, 1 real meal. Every single day, not a diet, not a meal plan. 1 intentional, nourishing meal. Here's the template, and it's stupid simple. Protein. Plants. Stable carb. That's it. 2 scrambled eggs with spinach and a piece of whole grain toast. Grilled chicken with roasted vegetables and rice. Salmon with a side salad and a baked potato. Greek yogurt with berries and a handful of granola. Pick 1 meal each day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter. Make it count. The other 2 meals? Keep them exactly the same. Why does this work? Because you're not depriving yourself. You're not forcing perfection. You're just proving to yourself that eating, well, doesn't have to be complicated or miserable. And here's what happens. After a week of this, you start noticing. Your energy is steadier. Your cravings are quieter. You feel better. And feeling better makes you want to keep going. Addition 2, move with purpose. 3 times this week. 15 minutes. You've been moving 5 minutes daily. Now, 3 times this week, bump it to 15. And do something that has a little intention behind it. A walk around the block. A YouTube stretching video. Chair exercises during your morning show. Anything that gets your heart pumping gently or challenges your muscles a little. Why 3 times? Because research suggests this is the sweet spot for building strength, balance, and cardiovascular health without triggering burnout or injury. You're not training for anything. You're just keeping your body in the game. By the end of week 2, you'll have hydrated every morning, woken up consistently, moved daily, eaten one solid meal daily, and moved purposefully 3 times. That's not a magazine cover transformation, but it's real, measurable, sustainable, and that's what matters. Week 2 adds 1 real meal daily and 3 15-minute purposeful movements, building momentum without triggering burnout. And this is where everything clicks into place. The 2 invisible habits that make everything stick. Week 3 isn't about adding intensity. It's about adding support. Because you can have the best habits in the world, but if you're sleeping terribly and stressed constantly, they won't last. You're keeping everything: water, wake time, movement, real meals, purposeful sessions. All of it stays. Now we add the 2 invisible habits that make the whole system work: sleep quality and stress reset. Invisible habit 1, a wind-down routine. 20 minutes. Every night. This is where you teach your brain, the day is over. It's time to rest. Here's a simple version. 8:40 p.m., start dimming lights in your house. 8:45 p.m., phone goes in another room. Face down. Do not disturb. 8:50 p.m., do something calming. Read a few pages. Gentle stretches. Write down tomorrow's to-do list so your brain can let it go. 9 p.m., get in bed. Why does this matter? Because studies show that people with a pre-sleep ritual fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and wake up more rested. And after 50, when sleep is already lighter and more broken, this can be the difference between dragging through the day and actually feeling human. Invisible habit 2, 5 minutes of stillness. Every day, not meditation unless you want it to be. Not yoga, just quiet. Sit outside with your coffee and listen to the birds. Close your eyes and breathe slowly for 5 minutes. Stare out the window and do absolutely nothing. Why? Because low-grade chronic stress, the kind you don't even notice anymore, quietly wears you down. Your immune system, your blood pressure, your digestion, your patience. 5 minutes of intentional calm is like hitting pause on that stress loop. Research suggests it helps your nervous system shift from fight or flight into rest and recover. And that ripple effect touches everything. By the end of week 3, you have a full daily rhythm. Morning, water, wake time, movement. Midday, real meal, purposeful movement, 3x/week. Evening, wind down, stillness. That's not perfection, but it's a structure. And structure is what separates people who change for 3 weeks from people who change for 3 decades. Week 3 adds wind down routine and daily stillness, the invisible support system that makes all your habits sustainable. Now here's what separates this from everything else you've tried. After day 21, the one rule that makes this last forever: day 22. Most people think this is graduation day. They think the hard part is over. So they either stop completely because mission accomplished, or they pile on 5 new habits because they're on a roll. Both are dead ends. Here's what you actually do: absolutely nothing new. For 30 days, maybe 60, you keep doing exactly what you've been doing. Same water, same wake time, same movement, same meals, same wind down, same stillness. No upgrades, no additions. No, let's take it to the next level. Just keep going. Why? Because here's what the research shows. 3 weeks builds the pattern, but 8 to 12 weeks makes it automatic. That's when you stop needing willpower. That's when you don't think about it anymore. You just do it, like brushing your teeth, like making coffee. It's just what you do now. And somewhere around week 6 or 7, something shifts. You don't force yourself to drink water anymore. You just wake up thirsty for it. You don't drag yourself out of bed to move. Your body expects it, even craves it. That's when you know it worked. And that's when, if you want, you can add something new. A second intentional meal, a 4th movement day, a new hobby that keeps you active. But you add one thing. Let it settle for a month. Then add the next. Slow, steady, sustainable. This is the anti-diet, the anti-challenge, the anti-everything you've tried before. And that's exactly why it works. Your only job after day 21? Don't stop. Keep the rhythm. Trust the process. Let time do what time does. After day 21, maintain for 30 to 60 days with 0 additions, letting habits become automatic before you layer on more. Let me tell you what I really think. That drawer full of abandoned plants, that's not a record of your failures. That's proof you never stopped trying. That even when it didn't work, you showed up again, and again, and again. That kind of persistence, that's not weakness. That's strength. You just needed a plan that was actually designed for you, for your body, your life, your reality. This is that plan. And 21 days from now, when you look back at today, you're going to see something important. The moment you stopped blaming yourself and started building something real. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do everything. You just need to show up. One small habit at a time. One day at a time. And if you do that, everything changes. Not in 3 days. Not in a week. But slowly, steadily, permanently. You've got this. I know you do. And I'll be here every step of the way. Now close this video. Drink some water. And let's get started. If this felt different, if it felt like someone finally gets what you're actually up against, I make videos like this every single week. No hype, no shortcuts, just real strategies for real people. If you want that, subscribe. If not, that's cool too. Either way, I'm glad you're here. Don't think about all 21 days right now. Just think about tomorrow morning. Set your alarm. Put a glass by your bed. When it goes off, get up. Drink the water. Move for 5 minutes. That's all. You can do that. And once you do, everything else becomes possible. I'm rooting for you. Now go prove me right.